What's going down, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Solar Effect, shouting for the R&B Talk Show. I am the podcast host and the DJ of R&B Talk Show. And coming to the stage, you got Tim Johnson Jr.
What's going
Well, what's going on, brother?
on? How you doing?
Oh man, just man, trying to stay away from this up and down weather, man. I mean, I'm kind of congested, but other than that, man, I'm doing all right, man. How you been, brother?
I feel the weather changing. I'm in California, but still look, it was raining the other day and all that. But I'm doing good.
Oh man, I tell you, man. See, like when it gets to the fall, I say like between like in the winter, spring, and then even like fall towards winter, just get the best of us, man.
I feel you. I feel you with that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I want to give you your flowers, man, because I was looking at your biography on your music on Apple Music and Spotify. I said, wow, man, this brother has put out a lot of work for like the last 7 straight years, man. So I really do it now. If for somebody to wait when it's like 30 years down the road.
Yep.
So I
No,
always say
I
greatness.
appreciate that.
Not a
Thank you
problem,
so
man.
much.
See,
Yeah,
I always say greatest always recognized.
that's right. That's right. And it's cool. Like all those projects I've done with my dad. So we work
Oh,
together, we
right.
produce, we write together. So it's been consistent. Just look, us doing the thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to talk about your current single called "My Desire." How did this record came about?
This was crazy. So I wrote this song in 2022, and I would say like maybe it's like 2 months ago. I was with my friends, and I was like, "Yo, I got this song that I got just I'm sitting around," and I let them hear it. They were like, "Yo, you got to do a project with this vibe, with this sound." And then my dad and I we just got this album together. But my desire was a song that I wrote back then, and I feel like now is like a good time for me to put it out, like another phase in my career, another phase in like my development as an artist.
Well, when you first heard the beat and stuff, I know you was like, "Hey, I think we can go somewhere with this." Or did it kind of like slowly evolve, as time went on?
It was one of those things where because I produced the song as well as my
Yeah.
dad, and so I think sometimes it's like starting off with that that guitar, especially in
Yeah.
this one, because the guitar takes it, and then like that old school vibe. I just love that type of music. I grew up on Motown and different sounds like that. And so it was like, oh wait, this feel like that. And so we just kind of went in that direction with it.
That's what's up, though. I think you and your father probably the first guest I interviewed out of 475 people that I could say that actually work together. Usually, it's just the artists and like friends and producers hooking each other up and stuff. But the father and son duo, it's rare. You don't see that a lot.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy because so my dad was in a gospel group back in the day. So growing up, I was always around music. And when I was 6, my parents found out I could sing. And look, I was in the studio just learning how to produce and stuff like since I was young. So it was always kind of a thing we did just as a family, just for fun. And it was like, wait, no, we could really take this seriously and continue to develop this. And so that's what we've been doing.
I think it's awesome, that a father like yours let you be you instead of just being like, well, let's try to do some song covers. Let me see, like you be acting like, the members were doing this, acting like the Jackson Five or anything else and stuff, So
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool, man, that he allowed you to grow as the artist you are. And you can look back like, hey, I've been comfortable since, day one.
Because it's always been a fun thing, that we got to do to bond. And so then it just took off from there where it was like, you know what, I like this, I love the old school, but also I love look playing acoustic guitar. Let me add that. Okay, well, I love this. I love this. So I was just bringing different type of feels that we're inspired by.
Okay. Yeah, before we get to like your upbringing and everything, we go, say like we gonna break down each song from
Ooh,
2018 on up and stuff. You tell me, where was you at? Did those particular times in your life while you was creating songs with your father?
okay.
So the very first one is Far From Legendary in 2018.
Oh, okay, okay. That's I did a feature on that song. Um, Shout out to Rel. I was on the Four. It was a TV show on
All
Fox,
right.
and I was on that competition and everything, and I was a semi-finalist and everything. And I met Rel on that show, and he was like, "Yo, you want to do a feature on my track?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so, yeah, it came out about like that.
Okay. So for the four, you did the cover is a Let's Stay Together. And that which is that's on Spotify. You guys can stream it, download it, tell a friend where it says. So how did that hook up, get started?
So that was through so I performed that on the show. That was the first song when I
Wow.
got on stage, and I got to do some Al Green. I got to do some old school. And yeah, so it was dope. And then yeah, we ended up doing like a cover of it, and people really liked it and everything, like when I did it on the show. So we were like, okay, let's put it out.
Okay. Yeah, because I tell you, because that's like one of the go-to songs that you hear, was like The Voice, was American Idol and stuff. And that's one thing, that type of song you got to hit a home run because people will, especially it's one thing, it's in person with no cameras involved and stuff, no cell phones or nothing. But when you are seeing for like a business for the world, you're like, oh my God, I really gotta nail this. If I don't, man, people gonna ride me out here from neighborhoods. They take
Yeah,
family.
it's a
Oh man.
classic. It's a classic song. So yeah, it was fun to do that and do it in my style, and people to be able to receive it and like it is a blessing.
Yeah. How confident was you before that record? And was you was kind of like, oh man, finally got it out the way.
I think I think my mindset was like just have fun. I think that's
Yeah.
something that my parents kind of instilled in me like with performing because like I said, like I started off when I was young, and so this has been my whole life, you know. And so
Yeah.
like the mindset I always would keep is like have fun, go out there, give your best. I always be praying before. Look, I go out there, get the nerves away. But yeah, I think with that one it was just like have fun, let loose, and like just vibe with the crowd.
Absolutely. Correct me on this. Your official very first single, All I Want, was that your debut single?
So all I want, that was another song that I did on the four that people liked how I did the arrangement and everything like that, or how we did the arrangement, and so we ended up putting that out too. So a lot of my releases came after that show
Oh wow.
because the
Yeah.
different buzz from that, and then we started being like, what, let's start putting out our own music and everything.
Okay.
That was a cover, but after that we started putting out our own music.
Wow. Yeah, man, like you was man on the road. All I want, Hey You in 2018, Christmas with You in 2018. And then like, then like after that, a year later you put out Soul Science. From that point you thought to yourself, like, you know what, I really in my zone. I want people to know who is Tim Johnson Jr. is. Now, I want to ask you this. Did you want it to go with your government name, or did you have like an artist type of name in mind? You was kind of like, you know what? I'm just gonna just let the world be.
Yeah, I was like, let me just be me. Here I am. I'm Tim Johnson Jr. And this is what I do. So yeah, it's always been that.
Absolutely. Then after put out the singles towards the very end of 2010s, what was your mindset at in 2020? You did put a song out called Wings. So what was your mindset at during the pandemic and the world shut down?
Yeah. Well, Wings, that was a tribute to Kobe and Gigi
Yeah.
and everybody that was on the flight and everything. So we did that for them. Um, but I would say like during that time, like when the world shut down, it was interesting. But just being in the house. But I would say like the other side to it is that we got a studio in the house, so it was just recording,
Yeah.
and so it was that time of just getting music together. Also just a time of just like me like just deepening my faith, with God, and also just like spending time with my fam. And yeah, I think it was just a time of like self reflection, a lot, and that's always good for the music. And the more you know yourself, and you could put into your creativity.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like the cell phones on silent, you in that studio
Yeah,
vibing, trying to create, say, because nobody can really go nowhere. It's just you in the studio. So it's like, hey, knock it out.
that was
Say, what
real.
you got the studio built in the house, or you had to go to like a different building or something?
Studio in the house. So
Oh,
yeah,
so you
we
straight
do
there.
look all at home doing it. So every record, look, every record that's like, we gonna talk more about my desire, but like my album is like, look, this is home. This is from look the soul. All these songs,
Yeah,
you know.
absolutely. In 2020, when you put out What's Next, and it's featuring
Yeah,
somebody else. I can't think of the name. Was it
is
features?
that's my little brother.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my little brother Israel. Um, so I was like, man, we've been trying to get you on the track. So we did one together, and yeah, that was really fun. So yeah, my brother, he's an actor, and also like musician and just creative in general. My whole family is creatives. So yeah, that was a great one to do with him.
When I first hopped on Spotify and I saw the very first title I saw was Catwoman, I said, "Man, I got to listen to this. I want to hear what this is about." How
Yeah,
did track Catwoman came about?
that's dope. Yeah, so that was around when Batman came out, the one with Robert Pattinson. That
Oh,
Batman came out, and I was just playing on my guitar one day, and I was like, Catwoman. That I feel like that's a good metaphor, just for like just that type of person that you're
yeah.
supposed to be with, but you're not supposed to be with.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and so it was that kind of thing, and then I was like, oh, this be crazy. Like I was like, this would be cool, like soundtrack type of song, but it's like the unplugged type of vibe and everything like that. So yeah, that's kind of how it came about. Just being inspired by the movie coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense though, because especially you watch the actual movie and stuff. It's like you love this person, but you gotta be careful. Like you feel like you play with fire. It's
Yeah,
plus here he's got your life, your lifestyle. Then her lifestyle is like, man, I don't think it's going to mix and stuff. Then you can't walk down the street because something might pop off. So
that's
that makes
real.
sense. When I
That's real.
first saw this, I said it's like the type of song that should be like on the next Catwoman soundtrack or something, man.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah. I like Marvel
Yeah,
Comics, man. If you see this video, please, hit him and his team up, make it happen or something.
I
You
agree.
know,
I appreciate
no
it.
problem, man. The next joint you put out 2023 called Our Love is Like a Movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how did that record come about?
Well, that one came out. I guess basically came about just first hearing like just the beat. Like my dad made the beat, and it was like, okay, yeah, this gotta be smooth. um, and yeah, so yeah, we knocked that song out, and it was cool because at the time, I did a short film that went to Sundance. I was like, it was my
All
first
right.
like lead in a short film, so we went to Sundance, and one of my the co-stars in the film, we were out in Utah, and we're like, hey, you want to be the leading lady in the video? We shoot something real quick, everything like that. So yeah, my co-star, she was in the music video with me and everything, and so yeah, we got it from both coasts in Utah and in LA, the video. So it was cool.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. I don't know how I missed over that. Yeah, I'm about to download that, brother, and put on my put on my page, man, on
Hey, yes
Instagram.
sir, yes sir.
Yeah, so like from there, you put out, a bunch of singles and stuff from there. Do you thought to yourself, like, man, in your mind, as you put out a song, you thought to yourself, like, man, I finally arrived.
Yeah, I feel like even when you get to the place in your mind that is like, okay, I want to be here, it's always another thing, you know. And so I think constantly wanting to be better
Yeah,
is the thing. And so I never want to be like, I've arrived, because then it's like I'm putting a ceiling on myself. So I always want to be like, okay, all right, we got here. All right, let's keep going. Let's go here now. Yeah.
absolutely. Uh, I want to start at the beginning. When you was growing up as a child, you got to sing it, got to act it. Was there any goals that you want to accomplish, or you was kind of like, you know what, I'm good at where I'm at.
Oh no, since I was younger, I've
Yeah.
always had like big dreams. I guess a little bit of the story. Like I'm from Philly
Yeah.
originally.
Okay, big shout to Philly.
Yeah, yeah. So East Coast. And growing up, like I said, being around music, and I remember when I was younger, I was watching TV, and I told my parents, I was like, I want to be on TV. And they were like, really? And I guess they saw how I was when I was younger. They were like, you could do it. And they believed in me. And look, I was in every talent show. I always wanted to sing or perform. And then when I was 10 years old, I did the Lion King. And that's what changed everything. So I did the Lion King production in Las Vegas at the Mandalay Bay. And
Okay.
so I was growing up in the casino, like performing almost every night. And so I did that for almost 2 years. And then my family and I, we were like, okay, we on the West Coast. We've been praying about it. Let's keep going. Let's go to LA. And so I think always the dream has been to continue to build on this dream that I had when I was a kid. And so I could say that that's been happening.
Yeah, and big shout out to both your parents, that gave you the drive and motivate you to, for them to see it right through, say, you know what, our son, he got talent, let's go ahead and try to make this happen. Hopefully, the grace of God that it could work, because I
Yeah.
always say to anybody that wants to be a parent, don't sit here and lecture your child when it comes to having a dream. If that's something that God gave you that gift, let's see how far it goes and stuff. Like if
Yeah.
it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If it ain't, it ain't. I hate when some parents be like, well, before you do all that, make sure you get an education and stuff like that.
Mhm.
All that's coming together, but don't try to hound them because you really start that growth of confidence. So, that's I see that happen to many people and stuff. Uh,
That's real. That's real.
absolutely. So like from there, was any of your school friends discover your singing? And it was kind of like, hey man, hey dude, like can you sing to my girl
Oh,
and stuff. I know
oh
you probably
yeah,
got one of those situations.
yeah. That's so like that was like so in Philly. Um, that was the whole thing. Like talent shows and everything, or like music class. I was always singing, whether it was like when people wanted me to or not. I
Oh man.
always try to perform or make people laugh.
Yeah.
Um, and then when I started playing guitar, like around like 10, 11, that's when I was like, okay, yeah, let me try this. I'm gonna sing this to this girl. Let me write this song for this person and all that kind of stuff. So that's when that kind of came in when I started playing instruments.
That's what's up, man. That's awesome and stuff. I tell you, I think it's amazing when people know you got talent and people want to request and stuff like that. To sing for them and everything and stuff. I think it's pretty dope. By the time you
Yeah.
get 18, where was your mind at that moment? Once you completed high school.
Oh, so it was interesting. So I was homeschooled for a bit because I was acting. So I
Yeah.
couldn't just go to regular school. So I went to like, 2 day a week kind of thing where it's
Right.
like I was at school. And so I still could be around some other kids and stuff. But I think my mindset was I was coming off of a TV show. I was doing a TV show with Jason Alexander who played George Costanza
Oh,
in
okay. Yeah.
Seinfeld. Yeah, so I was doing a show with him. And so we were doing that show and I didn't know if it was gonna get picked up or not. And so
Yeah.
that's when the four was calling. That was
Okay.
when, and we said no at first because we were like, oh, we don't like just in case the show, we get another season. The day that I thought that weren't getting another season, that's when the four called again, and we were like, all right, Lord, like let's do it, let's
Like
do it.
somebody's trying you.
Yeah, like come on. And so yeah, so that was when I was 18. And so like I feel like when I reached that age, it was crazy because the show came out and overnight people knew who I was. And that was kind of like
Right.
a wild kind of thing. Even though I was, doing shows and TV before that, but that was
Yeah.
kind of different. So yeah, I feel like 18 was just the moment of like, wow, like I'm in this now. Like
Yeah.
I've been praying about this. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, and I think it's also too though because especially when you're destined to do something, the older you get, but like, okay, I did stuff as a kid. Let me see what I can do as a young adult and
Yeah,
everything. And I always see this a lot of entertainers with the word typecasted and stuff. And a lot of times, with Hollywood, they do try to, play their part and everything. And I always say that if a person want to step out of his zone, let's see how far they go. You know what I'm saying? Don't start their acting range, because you never know when they can take it to the next level and stuff. Because it's funny, man. Because like when I look you up on YouTube, I said to me, I could see you playing like a real life black version of Spider-Man. I don't know why I see you like it's the top of
Yeah.
DC Comics or something, man.
Look, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to
Yeah.
do. Like, look, superhero role. I like this. I like
Yeah.
this. No, no.
Hey, man, salute. I appreciate that,
Yes,
because
sir.
whenever I view something, I said, okay, we see him doing this, but I feel like there's something in the air, man, that has to happen, that he
That's
feel like,
real.
okay, I'm fully complete. Yeah, there's something I've been wanting to dream since I was a kid, what I'm saying? Because we always want to be superheroes. The Superman, the
Yeah.
Batmans, was the X-Men, the whole
X-Men, all that. Like, someone that I want to play is Static Shock.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Like,
Hey,
that
hey,
would be
I forgot
amazing.
about that, man.
Yeah.
That I think that'd be awesome. Yeah, because I think, yeah, that would be. I could see Static Shock, man. That'd be a great reboot, man.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah,
You
that's
know,
someone I was thinking about.
because I don't think nobody ever thought about like a real life. It's one thing you put stuff like in 4D and cartoon, that's cool, but just to have it in person, I think it'd be awesome. Plus
Yeah.
that whole nostalgia, man, that would like bring it on, man. Like, oh man, man, like I feel like my childhood's back, and
That's
please,
real.
please, anybody, you guys to get the vote out. Let's make this happen, man.
Let's make it happen. That's right.
Yeah, so uh when I was I remember, now correct me on this, you did the cartoon version of Everybody Hates Chris.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so what happened when you get the call about you got the, I mean, far as you audition, you got the role of the character.
Yeah, that was crazy. I was so I just got back from Chicago. I was doing a show called Saturdays. It was a Disney Channel show, and the writer and the writer of Roll Bounce,
Yeah.
his name is Norman
Okay.
Vance Jr. He wrote that show, and Marseille Martin was the executive producer in our family, and it was a fun show, skating show, and we just finished filming that. I got back to LA, and I just started, auditioning, doing the whole thing. And one day I got the audition for Everybody Still Hates Chris, and did the audition and found out that I got it when I was taking my sister to school. I dropped her off. I got back and my phone was on Do Not Disturb. I'm not doing that anymore. Having my phone on D&D. I got back to the house and I look at my phone as my agent, like, voice messages. Sometimes you could read it
Yeah.
now, and so I'm reading it. I was like, "You booked it." I was like, "Booked what?" Because it had been like some months from my
Oh wow.
audition, and I played it, and she was like, "Yeah, you booked it. You playing Chris and all that." And we have like a Google camera, a house camera,
Oh, you know you talk about.
and so it caught it on video, my reaction. So I'm jumping up and down like, "Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, God." And my dad at the door, he's like, "What happened?" I was like, "I'm playing Chris." And so it was like a big thing, and like the process has been amazing. I got to meet, like, everybody. Like, we had a table read where
Mhm.
everybody was on the call,
Oh wow.
from like Chris Rock to Sheena Arnold to Terry Crews, and like, some of the other people that was in the cast. They just
Yeah.
changed the kids out, and I was like, man, like, this was my show, and now I'm in it, you
Wow.
know.
Man, congratulations, man. I think it's huge and stuff. Because when I found out about like 2 years ago, they was working on it. Then it finally made it happen a year ago and stuff. And I think it's dope, because I always say that if you can't make a reboot in person or a spinoff, why not make a cartoon version of it? Just see how far that will go,
That's real.
and everything. Because I thought to myself, like, for you to work with so many legends, man, like Terry Crews, Tashina Arnold, Chris Rock. I mean, we talk about Tashina Arnold from Bart. We talk about Terry Crews from like, was it White Chicks and all the stuff he did. I know, man, it had to be done with comedy, man. Like go through the lines again and stuff, and
Yeah.
like do the table reading. Man, I know you guys had a blast, man.
It was fun, and I think it's just like these moments. I guess how I see my career, because I don't see it as just like acting. you know, because music's always, been that thing, but it's always kind of been both, so it's like certain seasons of my life is like, yeah, we doing this acting thing, and certain seasons is like, no, we about look, my goal, like I want to tour, so it's like
Absolutely.
I'm excited, just to continue to use these different muscles of
Yeah.
yeah of art.
Yeah. How many episodes are you or was you signed on to?
So 10 episodes have come out, and season 2 is coming.
Oh
It's
man, I
coming
can't wait,
soon.
man.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that.
I can't wait, man. Look, listen, man. You definitely got my support, brother. You and the whole time staff. You know what I'm saying? So looking
Yes,
forward to it
sir.
because that caught me off guard. I said, man, I remember as a kid watching this every week. To actually have a cartoon of it, I think it's awesome. I want to ask you, did you ever got a chance to meet? I can't think of his name to save my life. He's on a show called Abbott Elementary. He played the young Chris. You ever got a chance to meet
Yeah,
him? Tyler, yeah,
yeah,
Tyler
Tyler
James.
James Williams. Yeah, I got to
Yeah.
meet him. We this was crazy. We got to go to Comic Con, and so
Okay.
that's how we basically announced the show and everything like that. We did a panel and everything, and Abbott Elementary, their panel was right after ours. So
Okay. Yeah.
so Miss Tashina came up to me and she's like, "Tyler here, I want him to meet you." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "This is crazy." So after our panel, I got to meet Tyler and and Quinta from Abbott, and like got to meet like the Abbott cast as well.
Okay.
And like it was like him passing the baton to me. Kind of, he was like, "Man, like just keep
Yeah.
doing the thing. Like I'm excited for you." And yeah, got to talk with him and everything like that. So it was cool.
Oh, man, that's awesome, man. I tell you, man, I know you feel like a kid, man, like with so many Christmas gifts, man, back to
Yeah,
back coming to you, man. Can't get no better. Good
yeah.
stuff,
That's
man.
how it feels. It's just like I'm grateful, and it's this process is joyful. Yeah.
Absolutely. How many roles are I would say you're sitting on? They kind of like in the making, while currently as a cast on this cartoon series.
Oh, I'm working on. I've been working on some other projects as well. That's to come. I can't say how many roles.
Yeah,
But like, yeah, things are in the works with that. Yeah, so I'm excited for I'm just excited for everything.
absolutely. Being as an artist, what inspires you to record? Because it's one thing, you got confidence for your family and your close friends and stuff. What's your mental state like to be like, okay, I got an idea. Maybe I'll holler at dad. Let me see what he think about. Like what kind of inspired you to want to go to the studio just to, like go in?
I feel like it comes from different things. Sometimes just like, okay, like all right, instead of me just overthinking about certain things, let me write a song. Let me write a song, or it's things that I wish I said, or conversations I've had. Okay, let me write a song. It's kind of always been like that, like my journal, in a sense. So these songs is like my journal, but also it's kind of like it's a kind of a practice for me because I've been doing it so long. Um, so it's like, okay, I gotta write a song today. Okay, let me write another song. Oh wait, this works with this. This works with that. Okay, we could put these songs together. So it's like both of that. It's the inspiration of like things that happen in life, or it's different songs that I'm inspired by. Then also just like the practice of it.
Yeah. Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome good stuff, man. Before we get off here, okay, season two's on the way. Everybody hates Chris. Make sure you guys, go ahead, get on social media, follow the TV show on different outlets. It's definitely important to support his brother right here. Uh, now, what's next for you as the months, get ready coming to you? Here, it's got Halloween coming up, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. So, what's the rest of 2025 and 2026 going to be like for you, for Tim Johnson Jr.?
Yeah. So well, my album is out now exclusively. It's a music platform called Even, where doing something really cool with them, where you could buy from the artist. It's direct to
Oh, wow.
consumer. And that's different in this time of just streaming and everything. But it's exclusive, and there's also different things in there. Like there's different tiers, different bundles and stuff where you get exclusive content and different things like that. So yeah, get my album, My Desire, on Even exclusively, and next week it will be on streaming and everything like that. But Yeah, I appreciate the support, going through even and everything like that.
No
So
problem.
yeah,
You got it.
yeah, so the album, I'm gonna be performing out some more. So that's one of my goals, just having more shows and everything like that. And then yeah, with acting, I have some project coming up and everything like that, and so I'm excited about that. And yeah, just I'm just writing out this album. I'm like it dropped today.
Oh man, yeah, man, congratulations, man. You guys go stream that album, man.
Yes,
You
get it.
know, definitely. I want to ask you this, for your upcoming performance, for those that never got a chance to see you perform, besides the ones who did in the past, what type of Tim Johnson Jr. experience you guys could give them as far
Oh,
as on stage?
so coming up, I'm about to be performing at a fashion show. It's called LA Fashion Closet.
Okay.
And it's Fashion Beyond Borders. So it's different designers from all around the world that are going to be coming. And so I'm excited. So I'm performing at that very soon. And yeah, so for that, I got some songs from my last album, Fly Girl. So that was more of a '90s vibe. So I got that. I got two songs from that, and then I'm gonna be singing My Desire. And I think for me, like the different experiences, like I feel like that's a totally different experience because it's at a fashion show. So that's my next show, and then like me creating my own show. I just want people to feel my authenticity. I really love performing. I really love, being able to create music and bring people together. And that's something I've always wanted to do. And I'm just excited to really get out there.
Yeah, congratulations, on this new project, in your upcoming performance. Hey, my brother, let me tell you something, man. You was born to do this. Say you're here
Uh,
for a reason, not for a season, man. So that's that's my word, my bottom right there, man. Before I wrap it up, just want to say big shout out to everybody that's viewing this interview and stuff. Big shout out to everybody. What's up? What's up? What's up?
what's up?
You know. And with that being said, my brother, come back over here again, man. We got another
Oh yeah.
project coming out, man. So let's do this. And with that being said, if you guys will follow the RB Talk Show, go to post a snippet of his new single, My Desire, right
Yes.
now after this. So with that being said, we are out of here, my brother.
All right. All right. Peace. I appreciate you.
Not a problem, man. You got it.
All right. Have a good one.
All right, peace.